Hey YouTube, Gecko guy here. So I'm just gonna show you guys a quick little rundown of me tuning the shocks of my Dromida DT 4.18. This can also work with any of the Dromida models, so the SCT, the MT, the DB, DT, and BX. So what you do is put a little bit of shock fluid in there, and you compress the piston there, or the shock shaft, and then pull it on down so it gets the air bubbles out. Do that. I'd like to do that a couple times just to get the air bubbles out. And then you add in some more silicone oil. Blub, 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 blub. Okay, so I know I'm trying to talk a million miles a second, and I apologize about that. There's a lot to cram in this video. Alright, so then you get your shock cap, and make sure that little bladder is in there. The little bulbous part is facing down. And then you screw on your shock cap. And I'm sorry, I was a little out of frame there. It's not easy to do this on your own and trying to look in the camera viewfinder, so bear with me here, guys. Okay. Now, I will show you that I actually did snap a shock, and it was a pretty cool little breakage, but kind of unfortunate nonetheless. But luckily, these shocks are interchangeable with the BX. Well, with my particular model, I have the Dromida BX 4.18, and I was able to just salvage a stock plastic shock and kind of just slap it on the Desert Truggy. Okay. Here we go. And then you screw that back on. Now, I do recommend for upgrades the aluminum driveline. I recommend the 12 millimeter hex adapters, as well as the motor heatsink if you're staying brushed. And you know, their brushless kit is really nice, and I'll do a separate review for that on my BX 4.18. And then, you know, you can look into aftermarket servos. I'm not sure if there's any adapters that you need right now. Okay, so here's another clip of just me showing you the shock there. And coming up in the next clip, I'm showing you where we actually had the breakage at the skate park. I didn't even know about it. So here, we didn't just like tear it from the threads. We actually shredded it. Like, we snapped it right there. There's just no salvaging that one. Well, actually, I could salvage the shock cap and the bladder, and maybe the lower eyelet's kind of done. That's kind of stripped in there. But all those other E-clips and other stuff like that, I could salvage from that. And with these, I'd take my my wrench here and my hand and kind of unscrew it that way. You can use a like a pliers as well if you're having trouble. And here I am just showing you, I stiffened up the front suspension a bit. Then I just need to do the rear. And watch this part. This is pretty cool. I had that Phillips head with the back tire there mostly out just to kind of show here. Alright, and that is actually a functional wheel, guys. You just kind of put it on the back or the rear, and then you get your little 2 millimeter hex driver, and here I am zooming in, and just to unscrew it. Now pay attention to the orientation here. It goes that little lock nut there. It's like a little hexagonal shape, and then it goes your shock, and then the screw and the washer. Make sure it's in that orientation right there, guys. And as well, I also went with the 80 weight shock oil just as something to try here. Alright, so getting that off. And as far as getting the lower one off, just take your thumb, boop, off it goes. And then just do your shocks as well, the front and the rears. It may seem intimidating at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too terribly hard. So here we are with the finished product. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, getting it all plugged in. And cool thing is with this, there's only one way to plug it in. And another person was saying, is it compatible with any of the other models? Well, not too terribly sure on that one. It should be with the SCT, and you can plug it into an aftermarket receiver port. So here we are just showing that it's nice and bright, and we've got the shocks tuned. So be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you guys again for some more Dromida destruction.